Family, our goes and welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional day. It's Tuesday, the week is moving along, and hopefully, your week is moving along in a great positive fashion and all that good stuff. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so today's word of the day is tarmac. All right, now tarmac. Usually, when people hear that word, they're thinking of the airport, because it stands for, and I quote, um, oh yeah, bitum, bituminous road or surface and airport runway, originally a trademark or whatnot. Now, when it boils down to it, when it comes down to leaving an airport, um, landing an airplane, that's why I always have so much respect for so many pilots out here. There's a lot of things that are involved, and the mechanics of it all, and a lot of times it's all filled with a wing and a prayer if you're going to take off smoothly or land smoothly. Sometimes things happen that are out of your control, whether it may be a weather-related incident, or whether it may be an incident where um, something was left on the runway that was forgotten about. Therefore, it may trip up the wheel of the landing gear. Things happen, or it might be a mechanical malfunction because any machine is going to have a malfunction. Our cell phones have malfunctions. That's why they come up with a new one every freaking 6 months because they don't even build them to last as long as they used to, because obviously it's cheaper to do that, one, and then two, it increases the cell phones company profit margins if they keep coming up with new models. And then of course, because they hate the fact, heck, I got an older cell phone and I haven't had to worry about paying a bill on it, and I'll keep getting messages. It feels like every week, hey, upgrade, 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 upgrade. Nothing wrong with having a newer phone or whatnot, but that money can go to more useful things like buying fractions of stocks and cryptocurrencies and things of that nature. So that's just my personal thing. When this phone is done, officially done, then I'll get a new one. That's how I feel about certain things. Everybody has their thing, and my thing is to be able to invest money, save money, and travel. So that's what I'm into. Some people like Gucci bags or belts or whatever. Some people like having fancy phones, fancy cars. I like putting my money into assets. So that's, like I said, everybody's different. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Like I said, we don't need to all be the same, because if we were, this would be a very freaking boring place to live in, and that's just keeping it real. You know what I mean? But anyways, today's quote of the day is by Adam Smith, who is a Scottish philosopher and economist. He stated, and I quote, "What can be added to the happiness of a man who is in health, out of debt, and has a clear conscience?" Man, is that not? Because, contrary to popular belief, men are real simpletons. We really are. I'm not saying men are better than women. I'm not saying women are better than men. But men, for the most part, we are simpletons. And if we have a clean bill of health, if we're not in a crazy amount of bad debt, because, the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is the debt that's constantly sucking the life out of you and it's not bringing you any profit margins. Good debt is, actually like buying a house, buying a motor vehicle that's like, great example, when people buy a commercial vehicle, because the transportation industry has been booming nowadays, so it's like, transporting goods and whatnot and services, that's a big business nowadays. Or, getting debt, buying into a business, buying into a franchise, creating your own mom and pop business. That's good debt. A lot of times when people borrow against the cryptocurrency or borrow against, within the stock market or whatnot, that is considered good debt. So, a lot of times taking out money from your credit cards and whatnot and putting it into real estate or putting it into a franchise, that's considered good debt. So it just all depends on how you look at certain situations and whatnot. But a lot of times when you have the bare necessities in life, that's a form of happiness. Like for me, real talk, even if I had millions and millions of dollars, I would still be a happy person. I would be even happier because, one, it would free up my time more. But two, it's like, hey, if I have that plus having a clean bill of health, plus not worrying about having bad debts, then hey, life is even better all at the same time. But let me know what makes you happy at the end of the day, as far as the simple things in life, not the big things, the simple things. Because a lot of times we take the simple things for granted. Like the pandemic is a great example. I remember, not being able to. I went to see one comedy show before. No, I'm sorry, two comedy shows before the pandemic actually happened. It was in January. In Los Angeles, I got to see Tiffany Haddish, and in Irvine, California, I got to see Jay Farrell. I love going to comedy shows. Some people like going to car shows. Some people like going to concerts. I love going to comedy shows. And it sucked when the pandemic first happened because the rest of 2020 I did not get to go to see any comedy comedians, and that's one thing. And I didn't even travel as much, so that's one thing I never want to ever take for granted. That's why in 2021 I was constantly on the go, going to the West Coast, going down south. I was going everywhere. Hopefully in the new year I'll get a chance to start leaving the United States of America, but that's another story for another day, and start being able to explore other countries. But yeah, that was something I did that tremendously, because it's a simple thing that I like to do. Going to a comedy show is very simple, but it's something that I couldn't do, and a lot of things people that they love to do they couldn't really do during the pandemic. Even going to the gym, it's like these simple things in life we take for granted. It's like being able to work out. Even though I got my little workout at home, gear at home and whatnot, there's nothing like going to the gym and really getting it in. It's not like being able to travel freely and not having to worry about so many freaking things. I'm glad for the most part life has somewhat gotten back to normal in that aspect. Um, Even though everything's 10 times more expensive now, and that's why when everybody was enjoying that stimulus money, to the smart people, they did the two smart things. They saved their money and they invested their money. And then the other people, a lot of them just ended up, tricking it off and, just doing what what the government likes people to do when they send out stimulus money or send out tax returns. They basically just want you to, spend the money. I mean, it's the same thing what corporate America does when they have all these sales, or they have these, what is it? If you get a credit card with the store and whatnot, yeah, you get X amount of dollars off, but you're still spending money with them. And then 9 times out of 10 of that store credit card you can only spend with that specific store. You can't really buy gas or pay a bill with it, depending on the store and whatnot. So it's like it's all a setup for. I'm not going to say it's a setup. It's a system for you to continuously spend your money. As my brother Money Mike always says, corporate America and the government has plans for your money before you even have a plan for it. That's why you believe in the Robert Kiyosaki way of Rich Dad Poor Dad, saying, hey, pay yourself first and then pay everyone else later. Like I said, not anti Robert Kiyosaki, not anti government, and I'm not anti corporate. I'm just saying the systems are put in place for you to either win or for you to lose. Life is a game of chess. You want to be a winner? Do you want to be a loser? It's up to you. No one can make you do anything outside of that norm, because I know 9 times out of 10, most people are worried about stupid nonsense that's happening on Twitter and people arguing over things that have nothing to do with increasing your value, increasing your health, and increasing your wealth. I'm not that guy. I don't got time for that stuff, because I call it grown man business. That's what I'm all about. All right. So anyways, do the great thing, free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. If you're a stock investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, bond investor, sign up with WEBULL, sign up with crypto.com, Stash, Acorns, Coinbase. You have the opportunity to make up to $800 with WEBULL once you put a penny in your account. Obviously, with the other platforms, you'll be able to make $5, $20 here and there. And you have opportunity to do the referral thing just like I do all at the same time. All right. So on that note, family, as I always say, make money move, so you're going to live broke like a fool. Hopefully you guys enjoy your day and keep doing all the great, terrific things that you're doing out there. And as I always say, I'm out and about, and that's all she wrote. Take care, family.
Mike, now?